Hello. Anyway, I got asked to explain marketing plan. I'm going to be explaining the marketing plan from a search engine optimization perspective. If you want me to cover a marketing plan in sort of a more business sense, then let me know in the comments. So anyway, to get into marketing plan. So I got asked, is a marketing plan good or bad? Well, from a SEO perspective, it can be good and bad. The reason I say it can be good and bad, it really depends on your goal. For example, just using this as a simple example. So let's just say our target goal, marketing plan, business plan, whatever you want to call it. I'm just including business plan, marketing plan together just to make it simple. So anyway, let's just say our target goal was to rank for 10,000 keywords in the first page of Google. If that was say our marketing plan, then we could do it different ways. We could then say, for argument's sake, we could then say we want to get a range of things such as guest posts, such as PBNs, Web 2.0s. We wanted to basically make our SEO on page as good as possible, such as have good speed, interlinking, have a good click-through rate. So that's the sort of things we could consider in our marketing plan. So let's just make it simple. So let's just say we make a marketing plan for us to get to this keyword phrase. We're going to have to produce, just for example, we're going to have to do 100,000 words of content. Just make it simple. It could be more, it could be less, but let's just say 100,000 word of content. And for all of them, we're going to have 1,000 word articles each for each content. So that's something we could potentially do. So we can make a plan to make 1,000 words piece of content. Just make it simple. Let's just go health. So we got health articles covering different things. For example, we do a health article, let's say Mazuka honey, skincare, acne, and other things. If we were just doing health in a general perspective, I know we can do a skincare one, we could do things about infections and all the different things, but let's just say health in general. So we try and do different articles in regards to different health areas. That is our plan. So we basically pick down the different ones we're going to do 1,000 words on regarding articles. So we could use different software to try and help us. We could use things like Ahrefs to help us. We could use SEMrush, we could use SherpStats, and potentially other keyword softwares you may like to use. In general, keyword softwares, you can get many good ones. I'm not going to really recommend any here because I think it's like everything. You can get good and bad ones, like all things. You can use free ones, you can use paid ones, you can use many different ones. But in general, I would generally go, if you're going to use softwares, I would generally recommend something like Ahrefs, SEMrush, or SherpStats. That's the ones I would say would be your best in most cases. You can use other good keyword softwares if you want to, but in general, these three ones would generally be best for you. Or pick one if that's what you like instead. So once you've basically done your research, that would be something then, once your research is done, if you've done it right, then you can include that into part of your plan of action for getting your rankings in regards to getting to top space of Google. So once you got your keywords you're done right, you then prepare the articles like your next step. So once you prepared your articles, you do a bit of interlinking to ones which are relatable together. You can do 2 interlinkings, 3, is however you want to do it. But in general, you want to link to at least one article each time to basically spread the link juice around your site in simple terms. That's how you do it. Once your content's all done, now it's time to do some link building. I'm going to assume this is a new site just to make it simple. So it's a new site, we've got all our content done, it looks as good as possible. Now what do? We need to do some foundation link building. So we can include that as part of our plan. Foundation link building includes your citations, or directory sites, depending on what we call them. I always spell citations wrong, so I just call it directory links. But anyway, you get the idea. Oh, there we go. Yeah, citations. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Sorry. Grammar has changed their sentences a bit annoying, so it used to be a lot better, but hey, it was what we want to do, I guess. Accept. Okay. So, citations or directory links. So, for a new site, we would generally do around 10 to 50. Now, if you're going to ask me, so what's like a citation? Well, In general, it should be whatever country you're trying to target. If it's the UK, when you pick UK-based directories, this is Yellow Pages, Yelp, that kinds of stuff, and Brown as well. You can also as well find different ones which are niche relevant. For example, find a directory site which is catering for health or health-related sites. That can be a good idea you could do. So you could say, for argument's sake, 10 of them which are based in whatever country you're trying to target. UK, USA, Canada, whatever country you would be. So 10 of them for country-based things. Then you might say, I want to do 10 which are niche relevant. So it could be 10 directory sites you find which are focused mostly on health sites. So that's something you can do to basically send a signal to Google to tell them, we're trying to rank in the health niche in whatever country you're trying to rank. That's something you can do. 10 to 50 sort of a max how you do. You could do more, but just to make it simple, do 10 to 50 in your first sort of time period once your content's done. So once that's done, we now need a few Web 2.0s. So just to make it simple, let's just say our site was called Health 1234A. I'm just using an example. I'm not suggesting you use it. The name is just an example. So that means as a whole, we now want to create Web 2.0s. This includes our free WordPress sort of Web 2.0 profile, Joomla, Weebly, Twitter or X, depending on what to call it, Instagram, YouTube, Reddit if you want, LinkedIn, and that's you. You could do more, but just sort of do these are based with WordPress, Joomla, Weebly, Twitter, Instagram, or Twitter or X, what you'll call it, YouTube, LinkedIn. Now, you might say, hey, I can't do Joomla because, you got to do content on a regular basis or keep updated. If you really can't do it, then okay, kick out Joomla if that's the case. But Joomla, in my experience, is the most powerful, so I would recommend, unless you really can't, try and do Joomla. Okay, you got that sort of done. As like your foundation. Now we can do some profile sites. What you really want in here is basically any sites you consider quality. For example, ones which might get, say, a minimum of, say, 10,000 traffic. It could be more, but just use 10,000 like a baseline. Now, people often get into this confusion about, I need to only do follow. You need to have a range of do follow and no follow. So don't get worried if, you say, oh, I only can find no follow ones. If that's the case, use a no follow, but you will be able to find do follow ones if you look for niches. For profile, it would make sense if we're going to go health style, you try and find health or health related sites. But if you really find a really good quality site, let's just say it's a really high quality one but owned by, say, for argument's sake, Windows or Microsoft. It's really high authority, good link juice, all the rest of it, then having a profile from that's a good idea. So that's something you could do as well. So let's just say, make it simple, let's do 10. That's what we agree for the start of our plan. Okay, let's just say we find we're going to do forum. Now, I know people often say, profile forums are all spammy. That's not true. There is some spammy sites, but there's spammy sites in every niche, basically. So then we might do 10 forum. So for here, it would make a good idea if we can find health forums or health related ones. We find 10, that should be good enough. So that's what we consider as part of our plan of action for doing the link building, marketing plan, whatever you call it. We might then decide, say 3 months from now, we might decide to do a little bit of PBM building. So we might decide, for example purposes, this is assuming our foundation link's built. This means as a whole, our site itself is indexed in Google, we are getting a little bit of traffic so far, then we could potentially start doing a little bit of PBM building. So we might decide, for example purposes, do 2 PBNs. 2 PBN links as an example. Please note, it's like everything, it depends on you. You might decide you want none, you might decide you want 3, 4, it's really your choice. But we're starting out small to make things go right as a whole. So then we might decide as well, we want, say, 3 guest posts. So we're looking for 3 health sites or health related things. So that's sort of thing we can consider into our potential plan. We might decide as some part of our marketing strategy, we might decide we're going to do some pay-per-click, so AdWords. So we might be able to get some traffic or sales in regards to if we're an affiliate or we're actually selling a product. So we might decide then we're able to get some sort of cheap sales from AdWords, or if we're simply using AdWords itself to try and build up our steady traffic. So we could potentially do this. Let's just say we're paying for, just for argument's sake, 500 traffic per month from AdWords. So out of these 500 people, we could potentially, as a whole, maybe get 50 people to join our email list or subscribe. So that means as a whole we paid a bit of money for it, but we've now got 50 regular people who are coming to our site. So you can use pay-per-click in some cases to boost your traffic. In some cases, if you do right target and all the rest of it. So that's something you could include into your market plan. And as well, one of the things I want to include in this video as well, one of the reasons that planning from a SEO perspective often go wrong, you have to consider as well, because Google itself updates things on quite a regular basis, you might have made a really fantastic plan and it turns out your plan has to be changed. It could be the site you're going to get a link of, maybe it's offline, maybe it's got a Google penalty, something's gone wrong. So you might then decide, I have to not use that site anymore, then swap it to something else. So in general, regarding to how you should do search engine marketing plans, you have to realize even if you've got the most beautiful plan in the world, you might find that you have to change things in regard to what exactly Google updates going on or what exactly is working niche. For example, let's just say there's a really powerful site. Just call it, for example, health. Just call it health. For example, healthfun1234.net. I'm just using an example. It could be a site, it could be not. It doesn't really matter. But let's just say this site at the moment is a really high authority site. It's ranking for example purposes. This is just an example to show you how you could potentially do it. So let's just say it's ranking for, at the moment, say 10,000 keywords. I haven't checked, it's just example purposes, please be aware. So 10,000 keywords for example purposes. So we get a link from that could then potentially boost our site ranking. So we might then go from, say, 50 keywords to, say, 300 for example purposes. But we might find then it's got targeted by Google for some reason. So that might mean then we might say, okay, we want to try and get the link removed. So we might then have to contact them and say, hey, is it possible for you to remove a link of a site for now? If that's okay, then please let me know. That's something you may have to do. So if you include a plan, you may have to potentially remove it. And that's the sort of thing you can realize with regard to plans. You should have a set goal, whether it's to get 10,000 traffic, 1,000 traffic, whatever it may be, or get up to, say, £600 sales per month, 2,000, whatever it may be. Having a sales plan or a marketing plan to get that's a good idea, but you have to be aware how to get to that stage can change regarding updates, regarding changes to your server, your hosting provider, just general changes to the software can make things change. So having a goal is a good idea, but you have to be aware with regard to how search engine optimization moves quite quickly. Your plan may have to be changed in regards to what's going on, and that's hopefully will give you some advice into how exactly a plan for marketing can be a great idea, but a plan in general will have to change in regards to how search engine optimization is moving at a very fast rate in most cases. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, and I hope you have a good week. Bye!